Good morning, team. We are today at the REME Museum at Lyneham, or former RAF Lyneham, known as MND Lyneham in Wiltshire. That's where we're visiting today. It's a wonderful sunny morning. When I get some time with not filming and not doing a show, I like to come and visit places and come to other shows to actually take part in other events and do my own things with my own kit. As you know, I'm a reenactor as well with you, so I popped up to Lyneham for the weekend to come and hang out with my teammates and talk to them. I'm going to introduce you to them this morning, hopefully, and let them get up and have their breakfast. Get out the sun for you. How's that? So yeah, it's a small show, but really nice. The museum's very interesting. There's lots of stuff here. Lots of interesting history about the Royal and Electrical and Mechanical Engineers. Yeah, so I'm going to head back to camp now, and once everyone wakes up, I'll come and talk to you and introduce you to some of the people who come to our show and what they do with their reenactment. Okay, it's 9:45, so the show is going to open quite soon. So I thought I'd come and show you some of the stuff that's here at the show. If I can, I'll introduce you to some of the people today. But obviously, if they've got work on, you know, lots of people at their stands, I won't interrupt them. And some of them don't like to be on camera. So not all people like to be seen, which is interesting reenactment. That's where you are, you're in the public. But anyway, let me introduce you to some stuff. So this is the Royal Observer Corps. They're at the show. I built them a bombed out building. It will be a church this year. That's depicting what the Royal Observer Corps did during the war, monitoring aircraft and yeah, plane movements. This is C Company, so they have a mobile museum. C Company also provide the trench and do everything else as well. They're really cool people. They help a lot with our show. These guys haven't arrived yet. This is Tom and Jerry, a German and British group. I'll introduce you to them later if we can. These guys are amazing. 25th BD Koi LHD. These are bomb disposal people. Again, this year they're going to be in our town square. They're going to be part of our town square. They portray what bomb disposal people did during World War II. But also, the interesting thing is that they do a nice demonstration of that. So again, they'll be with us. I'll give you a little flash display of them later on today. So we have the war bikes. We're going to do lots of war bikes this year. At our show there'll be about 40 of them. This is Amber the Ambulance. Amber the Ambulance is the only Morris commercial type ambulance left. The others are K2 Austins. But again, they'll be at the town square this year. So this is the Gloucestershire Regiment. Nice group of people. Again, they're coming to the show. Lots and lots of kit, and also they brought their own bunker, which is quite cool, and their own walls and stuff. That's something that we want to do this year. Is we're lending out lots of scenery to different groups so they can enjoy their shows. So we're just coming up to a place, a reenactment group called Monty's Misfits, and these guys are probably one of the best camps that I've seen at this show. This is these guys, Monty's Misfits, the true living history group. And we'll go and see if we can say hello. Morning, chap.
Morning.
Wow, here we go. This is their camp. We'll go and say hello to the people in a minute.
We just wait for
I'll hand my camera over to Millie and she can do a chat with us.
Morning.
Hi, Steve. This is Simon from Monty's Misfits. I'm saying hello to the YouTubers.
How are you doing?
Can you give a little description about Monty's Misfits? What the group's about, what you portray?
Well, as the name suggests, there were so many groups out there that portray airborne, you know, like 2 para, things like that. that we decided as a small group we'd be Monty's Misfits. So we represent a forward position where everyone has fallen back to actually regroup. So we have a med section, we have a supply and kitchen.
Brilliant.
You've got members of 2 SAS Phantom Squadron, who were the guys under Eric Barkworth that was sent out to hunt the English SS.
Wow.
The
Okay.
SS 3 Corps.
Wow. There's so much, because I had a little walk around. You're
Yeah.
close to me, because the microphone, without the radio mics, but I noticed on one of your signs it said only two of the SAS units were British. So what were the others?
So 1 and 2 SAS were English. 1 obviously started by David Sterling in 41.
Yeah.
2 was started by his brother Bill Sterling and then taken over by Brian Franks and then later Roy Farron. 3 SAS is French, 4 SAS is French, 5 SAS is Belgian.
That's incredible.
So basically the guys that managed to escape and get out through Dunkirk were retrained in commando tactics and were actually made SAS units, and 5 SAS became the Belgian National Parachutists, and they still wear the SAS Get badge.
That's amazing. You see, this is the thing
an honour thing, isn't it?
I don't know, things I learn all the time. It's incredible. Things you just don't know. There's so much to know. Simon, thank you. And our show is going to be similar to this, and of course we're going to.
Yeah. We'll also have our engineers and explosives section up. Hopefully, we'll also have a couple of vehicles with us, but
we'll see.
We'll see what we can do.
I'm going to think about where to put you in the show, because obviously we try and set out the show with the battle people and then the logistics support and stuff like that. So we'll find you a nice area where you would portray the right.
We love if the public can actually come in and we immerse them in it, get the kids to try on stuff. And
that's great. We're very immersive with what we do. So Simon, thank you very much.
That's all right. You're welcome.
Thank you, team.
Carry on.
So this is another part of what is going to be our 1940s town square. It's the ENSA group, the entertainment group for the armed forces during World War II. These guys would have driven around in a truck exactly like this and performed to the troops, and we are privileged today that these guys are going to sing today here, and they'll be at our town square doing performances with the rest of our kit.
When they sound the last of the leaves, how happy my darling will be. When they turn up the lights and the dark lonely nights are only a
Hey, so I would like you to introduce you to Samantha and Andy. Samantha and Andy are part of the ENSA team, or the ENSA team, which we'll be having at the town square section of our show this year. Please tell the YouTubers, what is ENSA? What does it mean?
ENSA was the Entertainment National Service Association, which was the civilian organisation that sent civilian performers out to perform for the troops and also for the factory workers back home.
Amazing, isn't it? And yeah, they were from all sorts of background, and I think if I remember rightly, what I've read is they came from theatre, but they also came from amateur dramatics, and it was all sorts of mix, because some of them were better than others.
Yeah, a lot of the professional performers had already been called up.
Yeah.
And so they were just trying to find as many performers as they could. They did something like 14,000 auditions, and they were sending everything out from orchestras, ballets, plays, just individual singers, maybe with accompaniment, and then they also had just people sending out with a gramophone and records.
That's amazing. Yeah, I remember seeing some footage. I watched some of the cafes and the people with just a violin and everything. And some of the people got killed, didn't they? I remember going out.
Only one from ENSA. One woman who was in France travelling to an event, and the convoy was attacked from the air, and she was unfortunately killed, bombed. But that was the only fatality they suffered.
Gosh,
They
okay.
worked very
That's good.
hard to make sure
Yeah.
They
that
do
they
get
didn't,
shot at.
even to the extent of the civilians were all given a nominal lieutenant rank.
Do you think there might have been a chance that there might have been some friendly fire given some of the acts? Or
Not that was ever recorded. No.
And I
Couldn't say no to sabotage though.
no, exactly,
yeah.
sabotage. Yeah, sabotage, of course. Yeah. And you have a piano here. I love the setup. I wasn't going to ask you, but I can ask you: is this a hippo? Is that what it's called?
It's a Leyland Hippo truck, which probably wouldn't have been used by ENSA, but they would have used whatever was available. So
Yeah.
they didn't have their own transport. They relied on the Army or the Air Force providing vehicles. So whatever theatre they went to, or theatre operations they went to, they just had to catch something.
And they just jumped on the back, wasn't it?
Yeah, they said, have we got anything spare? Can we use that truck? And,
Yeah.
and then they made do.
And off we go. So when you come to the show, please come and listen to these guys. It's so wonderful what they do. There's a couple of snippets I'll mix together in this little interview. So I just want to thank you again. Thank you so much.
We're looking forward to it.
Lovely. Thank you. Bye.
To the sea. As it hits the water, a clock starts, ticks for about 17 seconds as the bomb descends through the water to about 8 foot. The water pressure pushes on the diaphragm and stops that clock, setting the magnetic fuse, waiting for shipping to go past. If it lands in the estuary or on land or whatever,
By the way, you're coming on these grills, are you? All right.